Okay, so let us start. Okay, so are you able to see my screen, guys? Just give a heads up so that we can start.
Yeah, we can see Sanjay.
Yeah, okay, no problem. Okay, so good morning, everyone. And yesterday was a holiday and festival day for us. So today we will discuss another important topic in Dataverse data model. I hope everyone know about this data model of Dataverse somehow in last couple of months, because Dataverse is something, some kind of power platform concept by which using we can create different types of data models like entities, tables, fields, business rules, many things we can design using data model, right? Now, today I have, so you can think of in real world, if you think about any system, let's say it is school management system or vendor management system or a company management system, job hunting or, online job portals. So many applications are there in the world. As we are part of software industry, we know that how many systems are there in real world, right? And how we can design that real world entities inside our power platform Dataverse, so that our power apps like model driven apps and canvas apps and other apps can be seamlessly designed. Okay, now how we can do that? Let me mute everyone so that I will not be distracted. Let me go to options. Okay, so guys, keep your mic off so that I can concentrate on the session. Okay. Now, so as I was discussing about the uh, Dataverse model, so what we have in Microsoft Dataverse for our applications. Okay, let us understand a scenario. Let me pick a random system. Let's say we will discuss about a job hunting system, right? So what we think about a job hunting system? Normally there are three tables, right? In the three tables we have employer, because job hunting system means there is an employer, and that employer or that company creates some jobs or publish some jobs for some vacancy, and job seekers, those who are applying for job, they also register in the system, and the jobs which are posted by the employer will be applied by the job seeker, right? So this kind of table that we have to design in Dataverse. And also if we think about this relationship, you can see one employer or one company can post multiple jobs, right? And that's why the relationship is 1 is to n. So one employer can post multiple jobs. Now, what about the relationship between job seeker and jobs? So once the employer publishes multiple jobs, now one job seeker or candidate can apply multiple jobs at the same time, or multiple job seekers or candidates can apply the same jobs. That's why there is a relationship between n is to n. Now you can think that I have just taken three tables and I have just designed my entity relationship diagram to define how these three tables are related to each other, right? Now you can think of about your system. Let's say you are working in a company and some application needs to be developed. Then you have to analyze that what are the tables required and what are the fields that are part of the table as I have created for employer name, address, phone, employee ID, right? This kind of thing. So there might be some other fields also. So you can keep adding to your table as I have added for employer, jobs, current job. So how these three tables can be developed or designed in Microsoft Dataverse, and once it is designed, how you can relate one table to another table, also we will see that, and how fields can be created for that table, and how we can create a small model driven app using these three tables so that we can interact with data, right? So let us see. So this is what the topic all about for today: designing the tables, fields, and relationships, and a small model driven app to perform this job hunting system. Okay. Now let us go to Power Apps. I will go to Power Apps, and where is that Power Apps? This is my Power Apps, right? Power App portal. So what is the URL? The URL is make.powerapps.com. In this URL, you will see the environment is available. You always choose correct environment where you want to create your data model, right? So I have chosen development environment. Now my environment is created. Now I will create a solution. As a developer, always it is a best practice to create your solution, because that solution will combine or collect all the customization components that are part of your application that you are going to develop. My application I want to develop is job hunting. So I will create a new solution and give a display name here. Let's say job hunting app or solution, right? Now select a publisher. I have already created some videos to how publisher is defined and what publisher all about. You watch that. Now publisher is the owner of a solution, right? Now you can define a version of that solution. Let me, sorry. So once this version is defined 1.0.0, this is the major, minor, build, release. You can click create. As soon as you click create, the solution will be created for you and listed in the view, solutions view, right? So we have to wait for some seconds. It will create your solution. It will take some couple of seconds. Okay, now in a short while, I can see the solution is available here, right? Now open the solution, because this solution will be used for my project to design my data model in Microsoft Dataverse, right? Now you can see there is no components found in the solution. Now I want to add my components which are part of my solution, like tables, fields, relationships, all that, right? And also you can see, if you go to here new, you can create your components, whether it is table, whether it is dashboard, you can create. If you want to create you want to add existing components which are already available in your environment, you can just click on add existing. Okay. Now I want to create three tables, right? Employer, job seeker, and jobs. So I will keep adding new table. Now, once I have clicked to add new table, it is asking me to provide a table. So what is the table name? The table name is job or employer. Plural name is updated and the logical name of the table is updated, and this is the primary name. And this field will be used to store the employer name. So I click on create. Once I have created this table, I can keep adding multiple columns. The first column I want to add is employer ID, which will be a automatically generate the value. Now, employer number, for example. Now, I want to define a data type. Every field that you are creating for a table must have a data type. These are the data types you can create. You can choose for a specific field. But for employer number, I want to create a field type, data type called as auto number, because I don't want users to provide a employee number. Rather, this value of this field will automatically generate, like implementing auto number concept in Dynamics 365. In previous versions, we write plugins to create auto numbers for records. But because of this Power App, you can now use this auto number data type so that as soon as you save a record, the value of this employee number will automatically generate. And here you have to provide the auto number type. If you want to specify the prefix of the prefix string for the auto number, then you can provide a prefix here. Let's say EMP. Then how the preview will look like? It will generate like this: EMP-1000, then EMP-1001 like this. The sequence will go on like this. If you want to prefix date for your automatic auto number, then it will look like this, right? And you can change this minimum digit also. If you will change it 5, it will change. So it depends on you that how you want to define your auto number format. But if you are not satisfied with this string prefix and date prefix, you can use your custom prefix also, right? You can change here sequence 6, and you can also change the format here, right? It will look like this. Anyway, keep it simple. I will use string prefix and use EMP as prefix. Okay. Now click on done. Right. Now I will keep adding more columns. Now next column is address. I will keep adding address. Right. And in for address data type, I will use text area because it requires multiple line. Or there is a data type called as multi-line text. I can use multi-line text. Click on done. Next, a phone number. Click add phone. I can click on. And data type, I can choose phone number also. Phone data type is available. Next, EMP ID. Already I have taken EMP ID as automatically generated number. So I have done my table and fields. Now I will save this. So my first table is created. Next, I will create another table called as job seeker. Right? So quickly go and create the job seeker table. Same way, we have to add the entity name or table name, then other details. Now I will keep adding add column. Sorry, I will go to solution again and create another entity, new table. This time I will give a name job seeker. Okay. Now name of the job seeker. I will store the name of the job seeker in primary column. Click on create. As soon as I click create, I can add new columns also. What is the new column? I want to store name. Already name is there. I want to store address. Same as address, multi-line text, and click done. Next, another column. I want to store mobile number. So mobile, and I can use phone, and I can use done. Now, next JSID. This job seeker ID is the relationship between job and job seeker. I will tell you this about this column or field in a short while. Okay, when I will discuss about relationship. Now, once it is done, click on Save Table. So my second table design is done. Now we will design the job table, right? So I will go to again to the solution and create another entity or another table. The new name of entity is table, and I can give a name as jobs. Give job, plural name is jobs, and what is the job title? I can change the display name of this job is as a title and click on create. More columns I will add. Job title, location. What is the job location? Okay, and this should be multi-line text. Click on done. Next, skill. I want to provide a skill. Add column. Now the skills should be a drop down. So what I have to do? I have to use a data type as choices. Okay. I'm getting some disturbance. Let me mute process. Okay. So I will go here and try to use a data type called as choice. Okay. For which skill we are going to post a job, the employer is going to post a job. Now if you choose choice as a data type, only one option can be selected. So you have to use choices for this data type, because when when a company posts a job, he might be required multiple skills for a candidate, right, for that job. So it is always better to use choices, so that while creating a job, the employer can choose multiple skills. Now what are the choice? Click on new choice and add your choices. Let's say HTML, next CSS. These are the skills that the customer requires. CSS, HTML, C Sharp, then Dynamics 365, then Power Apps. So these are the skills that will be used while posting a job. Okay, SQL Server, right? Once it is done, you can click Save. Right? Now, what we have done till now, we have designed 3 tables and click on Save Table for the job. We have designed 3 tables. One is employer, job seeker, and jobs. So what about the relationship? I have to build this relationship. In Microsoft Dataverse, you can create a relationship from one table to another table by navigating to relationship area. As I want to create a relationship 1:n from employer to jobs, so I will go to the entity employer. This is the employer, and I will go to the option called as relationship, and in the relationship I can add a relationship. What is the relationship? Employer to job 1:n. One employer can post multiple jobs. So I will go here to the relationship and create new relationship, one to many, because I want to create a one to many relationship between employer to jobs. So I will choose the related entity called as jobs. So PQRST and J, I have to search J, job, right? Now, can you see that when I have defined this employer to job as 1:n relationship, it actually creates a lookup column or lookup field in the table which represent as n. In this relationship, job table represents as n. You can see the star mark here. That means 1:n. The when you create a 1:n or one to many relationship, a lookup field will be created in the table which represents as many or n. Then that lookup field will store the employer information. Can you see that? I'll tell you once. Click on done. Once you click on done and save it, what it will do, it will create a employer lookup in jobs table automatically as because of this relationship. So vice versa, if you create a lookup field on jobs entity, jobs table for employer, then it will create a relationship automatically in the background. If you create a 1:1 relationship, it will automatically create a lookup field. Let us verify that. Go to solution and open job entity. When you open job table, then if you go to columns, you will see a new field is added of kind lookup. Can you see that employer? This employer I have not added, and this is a lookup type. The data type is lookup. So how this is created automatically? This is created automatically as because of the 1:1 relationship we have built from employer to job. Mind it. Okay. Now this relationship is created successfully. Next, I want to create between job seeker to jobs one n:n. Why it is n:n? Because one job seeker can apply for multiple jobs and same job can be applied by multiple job seekers, right? So I will go here and job seeker and jobs. So I will open a job seeker. Any entity I will open any table, then I will go to relationship to design the n:1 relationship. Now this is the relationship. I'll go to here, click on add relationship, click on many to menu. Can you see that this is the job seeker and star is to star means a many to many. Here you have to define the table. What is the table? Job seeker and jobs. This is the job seeker. I will choose job. So this is the job. So now this two table is related and the relationship type is n:n, many to many. There is an interesting thing here. For n:n relationship, it actually creates an intersect table in background. For every n:n relationship, it creates two things. One is relationship name and relationship table name. This is a system table that will create for you. Okay, and this is not accessible by any user interface. You cannot have access to this table. But this table will be used to store the mappings between job seeker and job. And this relationship name will be used to define the relationship name. And if you write any plugin or anything, any code, you want to retrieve this relationship name to identify if there is a association function triggered, then you have to check this relationship name. Sorry guys. So click on done. Now I have created n:1 relationship. Now this relationship does not create any lookup field. Remember, only 1:1 relationship creates a lookup field, but n:1 relationship do not create a lookup field. So how it can be created, how it can be associated, we will see that. Now save the table. Can you see that we have designed these three data models with entities or tables and with other details like fields, relationship, all that. Next thing is we have to design the forms, because if we not design the forms, we cannot create records of job seeker or jobs or employers. So the next thing is we have to design the form by which we can interact with the data. For example, if you want to create a job, how can you create a job? You have to have a form so that you can create the job like that. So for every three table, I have to design the form. Form is the user interface element which is used to design a interact with data. Let me first go to employer. In the employer, I want to update my form so that I can add required columns. I will go to forms, and this is the main form. Click on this main form and click on edit form. Click on edit form in new tab. Once you open this in new tab, you will see only the default owner field and default name field will be added already. Right? I want to add more columns because I have already added more columns to this field. Sorry, this table. So I'll go to columns area. You can see all the columns of this table available here, fields. I can sort it by custom columns. So these fields I have added, right? Address, employee number and phone. Mind it, employee number is a auto number. You are not supposed to give the value, but address and phone you have to give the value while creating a employer record, right? Now it is trying to load, but it is telling check access. Let me click on check access. If you have not logged in properly, sometimes it will give you this option, check access. So we have to wait. Now it is trying to load the form. Yes, now the form is loaded. Can you see that only name and owner is available? I want to drag more. I want to display employer number, then address, then phone. Okay. It's because this employer number it should be automatically generated. I want to make it read only, right? So that user should not give the value. So I will click this and click on read only, right? So that user should not give a value to this auto number field. Now I will publish. This exercise I have to do for all tables. I have done for employer table. I will do quickly for other table, right? The other table is, let us wait for the publish. If you not publish your form or say table or fields, you cannot work with these tables or data items in action. So always publish your customization. Everything you do is called as customization. If you add a field, that is a customization component. If you add a table, that is also a customization component. And the solution is combining all customization components so that you can distribute your solution to other environment or other vendors so that they can have the application in their environment that you have designed, right? So we have to wait for it is published. It's not required to wait. I will go to another form to design the form quickly. I will go to employer is done. I will go to job seeker. So in the job seeker, I will open the field. Sorry, I will go to forms. Again, open the main form, and I will keep adding. I will keep adding necessary fields that I want to allow users to provide the value to create a record. So I will go to fields, sort it by custom, and drag the fields on the form. I want to add address and mobile. Okay. Now, once it is updated, once the columns are updated on the form, I can click on publish. Right. This form is still publishing. Some error is there. Let me first save it. If there is any error, first you save it, then you refresh this form. Let me quickly refresh the form. I don't want to wait. I also refresh this whole form. Sometimes it happens. So I will go to again to the field area. I will go to custom and drag required fields. Address, phone, employer number, and I'll make the employer number. Now click on save first. It should not take much time. It should be saved successfully. Like that, I will go to here and drag required fields. Address is there, Mobile is there. I will save it. Now it is saved. Now what I want to do, I want to make this field as read only and again save it. So it is always a best practice, save before publish. Otherwise sometimes it will throw error. Again I will go here and try to, so I have to publish this. Let us wait for the publish of this form, then we will go to that form. Otherwise it might throw some error. So I'm trying to design the form for all these three tables so that I can quickly create a model driven app to interact with the data. Now it is published. I will close this. Again, I will publish this job seeker table or form. The last one is job table, right? Job seeker is done, employer is done. Then I will update job. So I'll close this. Then I will go to solution and go to jobs. Now I will go here to the forms and update this main form. Now in the main form, I will keep adding the fields, custom fields. First is employer. Can you see that this employer lookup is generated because of 1:n relationship between employer and job. So I can drag this to form, and also I want to drag the job location and skill. Okay, everything is added. I will click on save. Now publish. So till now, what I have done, I have done three tables. I have created relationship between three tables. Also, I have created multiple fields with the different data types in the tables, and I have updated the forms for three tables. Right. Next, I want to design a model-driven app taking this data model, taking this solution. So how to do that? I will click on the solution and click on new application model-driven app. Okay, now click on this modern app designer, click create. Give a name, let's say job hunting app. Give a description, click on create. As soon as you provide the name and description and click create, it will open the modern app designer for model driven app. This is in preview feature. This is not available globally. Now, as because this is preview feature, I want to show you how it works. This is the interface. Now I want to add a, here you can see the navigation bar, you can provide some area and you provide some apps here. Let me add a sub area here. Okay, I want to connect the sub area to, first let me define the area name. Click on this area and give a name, let's say jobs. Okay, now inside this group I want to change a group name, let's say job group. Okay, this sub area I want to point to jobs table. So I will click on this sub area and click on this content type as table, and I will define my table as jobs. Okay, now what is the title? I want to define the title as jobs. Can you see that a group is created for me and jobs is created for me, and which is pointing to active jobs view, right? Like that, I want to create another area. I will click on this and click on another area. If you don't find to add any area, not an issue. You can keep adding multiple sub areas. You can define a sub area, let's say table I want to point to employer. Click on add. Now the employer is added, right? I want to add another subgroup, sub area. I will point to job seeker. Click on add. Now can you see that 3 tables are added to my app. Now I want to save and publish to see how I can interact with these 3 tables using my model driven app. Here you can see the job, the model driven application name is available at the top. Now once it is published, once it is saved, click on publish, then you can play this app. Now let us wait for some seconds. It is trying to publish. Now it is published. Now click on play. Once you click on play, the application will open for me. And you can see there are 3 options available here: jobs, employer, and job seeker. Let us first create some employer. Click on the employer, click on new employer. I want to provide a, can you see that employer number is read only because this will automatically generate. I will give a name, let's say Infosys. Okay, Infosys Limited. And address, let's say Pune. And what is the phone number? You can give a phone number and save it. Can you see that the employee number is automatically generated? You can keep adding multiple employer as per your choice, right? Let's say I want to add Accenture, address, let's say Mumbai, phone number 7 please. So I have added 2 employers. These are the 2 employers. But this view, active view, only displays name and created on. Why? Because I have not updated the view. You can update the view of every table so that you can see respective columns as per your choice. Okay, I'll do that in a short while. Now let us create some jobs. As because the employer is created, I want to create some jobs for this Accenture or Infosys. So how can I do that? Let's say Infosys wants to post 2 jobs. So click on Accenture, click on Infosys, go to related. You can see jobs is available. This jobs is available in the related area as because of the relationship 1:1 between employer and jobs. So click on jobs. You can create new jobs here. Now the employer lookup is updated as Infosys for the job record. I can give a title here, developer. The job title may be Dynamics 365 CE developer vacancy. Okay. Employer is Infosys. What is the job location? Let's say job location is Pune, and also I want to add some more locations, job locations, Mumbai, Kolkata. Okay. What is the skill? You can click on the skill and define the skills. All skills are required for that candidate who will apply for this job. Now click on save and close. So what is done? We have the Infosys created a job record here, and this is posted. I can add another job for this Infosys. Let's say business analyst post for D365, and this is for only, let's say, Bhubaneswar. Skills, it is required only Dynamics 365. Click on save and close. So what I have done, I have created 2 jobs for Infosys. Now now once these jobs are posted, job seekers should apply that job, create a job seeker. Let's say I'm giving my name and the job seeker, and address is, let's say, Mumbai, India. Mobile number I can specify and save it. As soon as you save it, can you see that there is no lookup of job? So how I can relate from job seeker to jobs? I can go to related. I can click on jobs. Here I can associate some existing jobs. If I'll click on existing jobs, you will see all the jobs that are already posted by different employers will display here. Right? These two jobs are part of Infosys. Let us create another job by another employer. Let me go to employer and open Accenture. I want to create a job for Accenture. Go to jobs, create new job, provide solution architect for Dynamics 365. Okay. Now I can define a location. Let's say US, and skill I can define. This is a multi-choice. I can define 7 close. Now if I'll go to the job seeker, one job seeker will go to related jobs. He can find out add existing jobs, 3 jobs. So all the available jobs that are posted by different employers will be displayed here. Now the employer or the job seeker can apply multiple jobs. Let's say the user job seeker Sanjay Prakash wants to apply these 2 jobs. So selected 2 jobs and click on add. Once you click on add, the records will be associated to this job seeker. Right? Now, if a employer wants to see how many students applied for these 2 jobs, 2 posts, they can go to employer, open their employer record and click on jobs. And this is the job. They can click on this job and go to related job seekers. They can see how many job seekers are applied. There is no job seeker for this solution architect. Now let me go to another job. This is the developer vacancy. Go to related job seekers. Can you see that? Only one person applied for this developer vacancy. So this is how we can design our data model with any system. It's not about job hunting. You can think of many applications and you can do it in Dataverse and create a quick model driven app. Right? Do you have any questions, guys? I will stop this session today because we are done with Dataverse data model for a basic data model, and you can think of a largest implementation of your choice.
Hi, Sanjay sir.
Hi, tell me.
In particular, from how many fields we have to add? I just want to know maximum fields.
You can add, there is no limitation, but we can check because I also don't remember properly. Maximum fields on a form, right?
Yeah.
So let us check this. If there is any restriction, we have to use 340 fields is given something. Okay, but you can search this, right?
Yeah. All right, sir.
Yeah, not a problem because I don't remember correctly.
Okay.
Okay. So you can now you are confident that any system that is given to you, you can design tables, you can design the fields, relationship, and you can associate in an app, right? Okay. So thank you guys for your time. I'm happy that you have joined and we have shared some skill or knowledge in Microsoft Dataverse. And thank you for joining, Girijesh. And we are planning to organize another session in next Saturday or in this month. Also, there is a boot camp planned for a continued 2-day session. So I think you will join. Anything you want to add, Girijesh?
So that's all. First of all, thank you for such a wonderful session. The one thing which I'm planning to take care of the understanding of Power Platform architecture. Basically, that's a basic stuff that every developer should know how the things work in a Power Platform architecture, how they are organized, what is a Microsoft Cloud, and which section, like a type of environment, like we are having 6 type of environment. So I'm planning to deliver a session on this area. So that will definitely benefit for all the newcomers in this, the Power Platform Club.
That is very interesting, and we are looking forward for your session. And our planning is to explore all the hidden areas of Microsoft Power Platform and Dynamics, and people will be benefited out of this. Okay. So thank you, Girijesh, and thank you, everyone. See you next time. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a good day to all.
Yeah.
Thank
bye.
you all.
Thank you so much.